Liverpool are the Premier League champions with 7 games left to go in their season. It's the earliest a side has won the title in top-flight history in this country, and winning it on the 25th of June. They are also the latest side to win the title. So Liverpool 23 points clear of Manchester City after they were beaten 2-1 by Chelsea last night. It means that the ribbons on that trophy will change from blue to red at the end of the season. Joining me and Wrighty today, Paul Ince and Melissa Reddy. Wrighty, we've known it was happening for a while, but now it's happened and Liverpool are finally crowned the Premier League champions. Yeah, deservedly so. They've been magnificent. Not only this season, but last season, what they've done and how far they pushed Manchester City, a team that people were talking about was going to dominate this league for many years. And what Liverpool have done is shown them that, you know, with the right kind of manager, the right kind of recruitment and everything, and the right kind of determination, you can have a go at them. And they've not only had a go at them, but they've had a go and surpassed them. They've been unbelievable. 19 league titles for Liverpool, Paul. And from your time at Liverpool, you will know about the pressure of that 30-year wait for the title. It wasn't 30 years when you were there, but it has gone on to be 30 years. Like it, yeah. But also, you were part of the Manchester United side that ended a 26-year wait. So you can identify with what the club have been going through this season. Yeah, you can. And, you know, as Wright said, you know, before, you know, last year, you know, when they should have won it, we thought, they were fantastic, Liverpool. You know, City were just as good. And then you go back to 13-14 when they should have went, when Gerrard slips. And it's tough. It's like a big monkey off your back, to be fair. And going to Manchester United in 89, 90 like I did, you know, looking at all the players who previously played for United, I'm talking about great players here, you know, and it was the same with Liverpool. There's so many great players, and to not achieve that title, it kind of outstands me. It baffles me, to be fair. And it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, not just for you, but for the city, the people. We know how bad the Liverpool fans wanted to win the title, me living it up that way in the Wirral, so I get to hear a lot about it. And even going there in 98, you know, we had some very good players, young players, Owen, Robbie Fowler, Jamie Redknapp. And, you know, we thought we had a team that's good enough to go and win it, and we never got anywhere really near it, to be fair. So sitting here in 2020 and seeing, you know, them lift the trophies very, very soon is a very special moment. There have been title challenges, Melissa, and Liverpool have sort of fallen at the last hurdle, literally, in one case. But also that there have been trophies. There have been 2 European Cups in that time, which has sort of kept the Liverpool fans' hunger at bay a little bit. But how significant is this Premier League title?
It's the one thing that, regardless of everything else that was happening, the European Cups and stuff, which, as you say, sustained some sort of, you know, pride and just a feeling of still being a big club. A league title is not actually won in a season, it's a process to get there. And Liverpool, you could always feel, would do something in cup competitions, you know, in one-off when you're relying on emotion. And Liverpool, you could always feel, would do something in cup competitions, you know, in one-off when you're relying on emotion and those sort of things to get you going. But sustainable success, which is what a league title is, and building up to that point, it was imperative that they did it. The wait just couldn't go on any longer. And this all started with the first conversation that Fenway Sports Group had with Jurgen Klopp in September 2015. And it's been, from Klopp's early days, you could see the steps being taken to get to this very point. And when you see the celebrations, you know, people were saying, will it feel any different because they're not going to be in front of their fans at Anfield, or they're not even playing the game, they wouldn't kick a ball and they've won the title. But when you see those scenes, you understand the effort that's gone in, not just from the players, but the team behind the team as well. There were huge celebrations last night when Chelsea got that win against Manchester City. So what's it like the morning after? Jurgen Klopp was caught up with Manish Basheen.
Jurgen, great to see you, and very many congratulations, first of all. So how did you celebrate last night?
Yeah, we watched the game obviously together and counted the last 5 seconds.
Celebrate last night.
Yeah, we watched the game obviously together and counted the last 5 seconds down, and then yeah, we were happy. We celebrated. We decided to do so. We had no idea if it makes sense or not. It is all difficult in this moment in time for different reasons. But we decided after the Crystal Palace game that we have to make sure that we are together in the moment when there's a possibility. There was two different scenarios. One would have been it's a proper barbecue with the team, which we didn't have for ages as well. And the other thing is we will be champion of England. And yeah, with the result from yesterday, we became champion of England, and that's what we celebrated. And it was nice. It was nice. It was our bubble. We were together. All the people who get twice tested a week, and so we could be ourselves, if you want. And we did that. It was good. It was good. It was not over the top, but good.
A bit of dancing never goes amiss.
Nah, no, I don't know when I danced last time. Huh? So a bit rusty, but still okay.
I thought you did pretty well, I'll be honest. Understandably, you were pretty emotional yesterday. So has it quite sunk in now? You've had the night after to realise that you've done something that, you know, Liverpool fans, the club, the players have craved for a generation, 30 years, and you've made it possible.
Yeah, maybe it was just the right time. Maybe it was 10 years ago not possible. Maybe 20 years ago not possible for different reasons. And we were now just the timing was right. A lot of good things came together. Obviously, I think our supporters wanted to have their own story and history as well. So they didn't want to compare anymore so much with the stories of the past. That all helped, obviously. Yeah, we had so many. We made a lot of good decisions, and we're lucky with others that we brought a team together, which is absolutely exceptional. Yeah, I realized last night a lot when I saw the boys there and knew this group is so special. It's unbelievable. I know, and I can't say that about all the teams I had before, but this group is exceptionally special because they with all the skills they have, the determination they show, the understanding of the club's culture is really special, and mix that up with the bravery we showed in difficult situations, with the with all these, with the emotions we put in all these things without getting over the top. Whatever we do, we fight so hard for it, but we are not overly aggressive. We don't want to get it on this way, so we do it the football way. If we are aggressive, we hurt ourselves and not somebody else, so we try at least. And these kind of things, that makes this group so special. And I really don't think, and I'm not interested what people say about best team in the world, because I'm absolutely interested in it. But what I can say, I don't know one team who could have had this season, this year. So it's Barcelona, what a club. Real Madrid, what a club. Juventus Turin, what a club. Nobody can be 20 points ahead of Manchester City. In this league, of course not. It's not possible. Because you have to play so many strong teams, and doing what the boys did for the last, now nearly 2 years, or longer than 2 years, is absolutely incredible. The consistency is insane. Absolutely insane. And if I would know exactly how we did it, I probably should write a book about it, but I don't know.
You don't know?
No, because we stayed constantly in the situation. We never thought too long about the last result. We never thought negative about the next opportunity. That's are the two things. So whatever happened, the winning streaks or whatever, it never took us away. It was not that we lost a little bit focus or whatever. We were completely in the race, and we will stay in the race. That's possible with these boys.
But that sounds like it surprised you.
No, I know. I don't surprise. From an outside point of view, it surprised me that consistency on that level is possible. I don't know when things that has happened in such a competitive league. So that we are not the best team. We are whatever. We are really good, but the others as well. So it's not about being better. It's about it was for sure about wanting it more. And again, club history, the others as well. So it's not about being better. It's about it was for sure about wanting it more. And again, the club history finally helps in this moment, and yeah, and the players' commitment to the yeah, to the travel, whatever, to the ride, that was exceptional.
Jurgen, what stood out for me yesterday was that you acknowledged the old guard, you know, the near misses under Steven Gerrard, the roles that have been played by Kenny Dalglish and what's gone on in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
You've only been here 5 years, but you spoke almost like a Liverpool fan because you feel the pain of this club.
Oh, when you are here I think when you are in for 3 days, you learn a lot about this club because everybody tells you. And I know both of them, for example. I know Kenny, and meanwhile, and it's just a pleasure to be around him because he shows you how successful you can be. He's really King Kenny, eh? So, and how humble can you stay when you are that successful? That's a wonderful example. I know Stevie, and I was a player myself, and I can imagine how much this meant to him. But maybe it was just not meant to be that it could have happened earlier. But this club is built. This team is built on his legs. This club is built on Shankly, Paisley, Faden, all the guys, Huye, Benitez. I don't want to forget anybody. Even Brandon Rodgers, of course. All that stuff. It's all built on them, but the players have to carry the weight on the pitch out there. They have to be creative. They need to know about the expectations, but they have to deal with it in the right way. We as a manager, we help them dealing with that. We give them a plan, but fulfilling the plan is still the player's job. So, and they did that already in the past, and I'm so happy, and I mean it 100%, that we could deliver it to them as well, because this is Kenny's club, this is the club of Graham Souness, there's a club of all these guys, and it's a club of Steven Gerrard and Jamie Carragher and all these guys in these generations. And everybody, all of them are happy with us now in this moment. It's not that they think, of course they wanted to be champions by themselves, but it's not that they miss this opportunity. They're happy now in this moment for us and with us.
Was there a part of you that felt that this day might never come after all the uncertainty of recent months?
Probably it was. I can't remember it, for sure it was. Look, when we learned about the situation more and more, nobody could believe that this is possible, what we are doing here now. Nobody would have believed that it's possible. And so it's good, because it's a sign. It's a sign in the right direction that we are on the right path, and things will change to the better. Yes, we are not. It's not now. We didn't find the real solution for it, but we're working on it, so that's good. Everybody's waiting for a vaccine, and of course, and is afraid of a second wave and all these things. That we are all in the same boat. But we need, as human beings, we need these signs. We need this. This is normality for us. This is something we want to have now and in the future. These kind of things. It's not only football; it's other sports as well. So yes, there were moments when I was afraid that it will not happen. Of course, and it makes it even more special now.
A message for Liverpool fans worldwide who've been on this journey, kicked every ball with you all season long, and even, of course, those near misses too.
It's very easy. It's for you. It's an honor to do it for you. What can I say? What a club. And you make this club. Thank you very much.
Wow. Fans, of course, hugely important. As he said, they make the club. Tell you what, the manager's got something to do with it as well, though, right?
Yeah, the way he spoke there, and his knowledge and the history of the club and what it means. And playing against Liverpool all the years and knowing what it means for Liverpool to win that and to be at the top of the game. To listen to him speak about the journey, and then you see how things have happened. We spoke about Brendan Rodgers, I missed that. We saw he dealt with that Karius in the Champions League final, the way he dealt with the players, the way he dealt with the signings, the patience he had with the signings and the people he's brought in. You know, like you mentioned, the Fenway group, and it's been an unbelievable effort from top to bottom. And you know, like Melissa said earlier, it's the strategy is now we're seeing something that could be really amazing. But the manager, like he said, you know, just got to be humble about it. It's really nice to see. It's a brilliant story.
We'll talk more about Jurgen Klopp over the course of the programme. But as he said, the club is built on the foundations of those players that went before. Last time Liverpool won the league title was in 1990, and one of the goal scorers on that day was Ian Rush, and he joins us now. Hello, Ian.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, very well indeed. So thank you very much for joining us. Tell us where you were and how you watched the game last night.
Well, I'm in Portugal at the moment, and I was at home watching the television, and I had a glass or two of champagne. So, the result was the right result in the end.
It's been such a long wait, 30 years, when you last won the title to now. Does it feel like it's been a process, particularly under Jurgen Klopp?
Yeah, well, he came like 5 years ago, and funny enough, he said he'd win the league within 5 years, and because it's 25 years since we won the league, and you're thinking, oh, is this really going to happen? We've heard other managers say this and say that, but he's true to his word. He's done it, and 30 years is a long time, but it's well worth the wait.
What about the style in which Liverpool have done it? It's the earliest any side has won a top-flight title, and the way that they... What about the style in which Liverpool have done it? It's the earliest any side has won a top-flight title, and the way that they play.
Well, that's most probably the best thing about it. They play really beautiful football, and they're amazing to watch. When they started the season, when they were winning like 9 or 10 on the run, you're thinking, what's happening here? And the good thing about this team, they're breaking all records. Liverpool, they've got tremendous history in all records, but this squad are breaking Liverpool's record. So that just goes to show how great this team is.
Yeah, and there's still records that are there for them should they choose to take them on towards the end of the season. What do you think that the significance of this title win is, Ian? Does it feel like a relief? Does it feel like the start of something? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I think it's a relief because each year as it goes on, you're thinking, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? But for me, it's for the younger generation. And the younger generation must be fed up with the parents or the grandparents saying, oh, I was there when Liverpool won the league. So I think this is for the younger generation and hopefully the start of something new. And when you look at Liverpool's team, they've got a great mixture of experience and youth. So hopefully there's a few years more to come. And as we're told, the easiest thing is winning it. The hardest thing is retaining it. And now I'm looking forward to next year as well now.
Yeah, it's something to look forward to. The challenge that they're going to face is going to be different because they haven't been in this situation before. Talk to me about the front three, Ian. From a striker's perspective, how much do you enjoy watching them? Oh,
they're absolutely amazing. It's easy. You can understand why defenders cannot, cope with them. It's dead easy. I call it like a football brain. The three of them there. They say Salah plays on the left, but Salah can play in the middle and on the right. What they do, one of them, when they see that space, they'll go into that space. Whereas other people, they just stick to the same. But for me, Firmino will drop off. So defenders don't know how to go in and get him or drop off. And Salah goes in behind them as well. But what it is, it's just that they play they're fantastic, the three of them together. And I just like the way I call it football brain. One of them will see the space. Two defenders can mark him, the other one will go in the space. And that's impossible to defend.
Also alongside us today, or joining us remotely today, is another great Liverpool striker in Robbie Fowler. 529 goals between Robbie and Ian. Robbie, thanks so much for your time today. You're at Anfield. Liverpool aren't going to be able to celebrate it there in front of their fans. But where were you celebrating last night?
Believe it or not, I was having a quiet night in, just watching the match. I actually thought Man City were going to get a result last night. Obviously not planning on anything other than just to watch the game and seeing City win. I knew it was going to be tough for them, but I just fancied them with the squad they've got and obviously the capabilities they've got in the way they played this year. I don't know, I just couldn't see them losing last night, so I was quite relaxed actually.
It was, like you said, something that Liverpool fans were waiting for, and it's a point that Ian's made as well. But in terms of winning it in this situation, post-lockdown, there's no fans there. It was won by events at a game that Liverpool didn't have any control over. Is there anything that can sort of, I don't know, dampen the excitement of this title win after 30 years?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Look, I think it has been on the cards. I think we knew what was happening. virus and obviously football getting postponed. I suppose our saving grace now is football was allowed to come back and Liverpool were given that chance to go out and win the Premier League. I think it would have been an absolute travesty if the season would have been voided. Likewise, you're playing football and you want to play in front of the fans because obviously the atmosphere and what they can bring to the game. But look, it wasn't to be. But I'm sure Liverpool will have something planned and and certainly preparing something now for to celebrate when everyone can. When we can get crowds in. But look, until that happens, I think everyone will just be doing their own quiet celebrations, and we'll just take it from there.
I'm not sure the players' celebrations were that quiet last night. We'll show you them in just a minute. But how much have you enjoyed watching this team?
Kelly, I've enjoyed watching him for years. I think certainly under Jurgen. I think when we got him, I think he was a manager who possibly could have went to any club in the world. You look at the form that he's brought, the consistency, the togetherness, and I think when I think of great managers, you always think of technically and tactically they're very good. But for me, the man management stands out above all, and I think that Jurgen's brought that in. I think the players have certainly adapted to what he's got into it, and the way they're playing under his obviously stewardship has been, I think, is nothing short of phenomenal. I mean, last year, we were very unlucky losing the league, the night finishing second on 97 points. This year, on target for over 100 points, which will obviously be a Premier League record if he can do it. I think, first and foremost, it was a case of, look, let's try and get over the line and win that Premier League, and then potentially we could go for the records. But look, I think this team deserves everything to get this year, because I think from the first whistle in the opening game of the season, I think they've been nothing short of really, really magnificent.
Jamie Carragher has said that there were times when he was playing for Liverpool, and there have been title challenges, that he thought maybe this just isn't going to happen. This might never happen. They might not win the Premier League title. Were there moments where you thought that this wait could go on even longer than it has done?
Yeah, look, I got into the Liverpool side at a young age, and I played football with proper legends, the likes of Rushy, the likes of Steve Nicol, John Barnes, Jan Molby, all these greats who had, a few years before had won the league title then. So you don't really envisage waiting, 2-3 years, for this to happen again. For a club the size of Liverpool, to go 30 years without winning the league title, it's quite absurd when you think of the quality managers that the club has had, the quality players that the club has had. But look, there's a saying in football: you get what you deserve. And look, for the case of us as players, we went into every game and every season believing that you could sort of win it, but maybe curtail towards the end. But this year, the attitude and desire, the commitment from everyone has been fully deserving from the get-go. So to put it really into ways like the question you're answering, Kel, is look, for 30 years you would never ever afford anything about that time. You would be waiting for Liverpool to be winning a Premier League title.
And the reason for that, Ian, was that in 1990 it was routine for Liverpool to be winning league titles. So can you remember how you celebrated it in 1990, Ian?
Oh yes, it was one of them days where you didn't go to bed that night. Put it that way. I think it was all up there for 2 or 3 days. Oh yes, it was one of them days where you didn't go to bed that night. Put it that way. I think it was all up there for 2 or 3 days, because what you had to do then was to win the league. And when you win the league, they relax then. The coaching staff now relax, say you've done the league, virtually do what you want. Now, obviously, it's completely changed to these days and everything, but I think this squad as well here, they've won the league, but they'll be actually trying to get the record number of points now. They're that focus and everything now, where I think one year we won the league with 5-6 games to go, and after we won the league, I don't think we won a game. It was one of them things. So that's how times change, and that's how focused these players are now.
Do you think there are similarities with this team from to the one that you played in?
Yes, I think what is, I think, listen to Robbie there, I think Jurgen Klopp, the man management, Kenny, he's a great man manager and all that, and that comes down to, but I think Jurgen as well is also tactical, and he knows exactly what he's doing. So I think it's a team spirit. The most important thing, for me anyway, is the team spirit. We had a great team spirit in 1990, and I can see this great team spirit here. It's not the 11 players on the pitch. It's keeping those players who are not playing happy. And I think Kenny used to do that all the time, and Jurgen is doing that again here.
Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, thank you very much for your time today. Been lovely talking to you.
Pleasure, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to both of them for joining us. And interesting to get that perspective of the differences and the similarities from when it was last won in 1990 and the effects of that pressure building for the Liverpool players over the years. There were times, Paul, when it felt like it might not happen.
Yeah.
Pressure building for the Liverpool players over the years. There were times, Paul, when it felt like it might not happen.
Yeah, I'm listening to them, and they probably know better than what we do. You know, there are times where you think, especially last year, I'm thinking last year is the year that they're going to do it. And when it didn't happen, if I'm Jurgen Klopp and I'm the players, I'm thinking, this ain't never going to happen for me, Kells. You know, and that's what makes it this season so great, because they've gone from that, you know, defeat where they should have won it, to come back the next season and go again. And, you know, I think Melissa touched on something that was quite interesting. It's kind of similar to Manchester United. When you're going for titles and you haven't won for a period of time, you've got to keep on still winning trophies. And there was a kind of process in doing that. 89, we won the FA Cup at United. Then we won the Cup Winners' Cup the next year against Barcelona. And that made us stronger and mentally tougher to go and win the league the year after. I see the same similarities in what Liverpool have done. But you always kind of think, is it going to be us? Is it going to be us? Is it going to be our day? And the only sad thing looking at that to come out of it is that one of the greatest players of all time, Steven Gerrard, has never had a Premier League title. And that kind of bothers me, if that's so to speak. But it's brilliant. I mean, Jurgen Klopp's done an unbelievable job. The balance of the team, the plays that he brought in, Robertson from Hull, I don't even knew about him, played at Dundee. You know, it's not all about going and spending 50, 60 million pound on fullback like Manchester City do. You know, the recruitment's the most important thing. Yes, man management, but recruitment. You know, Firmino, Hoffenheim, Salah from Roma, you know, was at Chelsea. You know, the way Klopp's got the best out of these players and put them all together to do what they're going to do, what they've done, is phenomenal.
And the point that Paul made there, which picked up on your earlier point, Melissa, is that there are similarities to what Klopp did with the Europa League final, which Liverpool lost, and the Champions League final, which they lost, but then went back with renewed energy to win it for the next season. There's similarities to what they've done in terms of the league as well.
Yeah, he would say each missed chance is not a failure. It's information. Take it, use that, and that will take you closer to success if you turn all of your losses into lessons. And the interesting thing is, when Liverpool got 97 points, while if you turn all of your losses into lessons. And the interesting thing is, when Liverpool got 97 points, while externally the feeling was, oh my gosh, that's their shot. How 97 points was more than the Invincibles managed, more than Manchester United's treble winners managed, more than I think it was like 118 previous league title winners. And we're all thinking, that's it, that was their shot. And the team think, we've pushed Manchester City so close. Manchester City had to surpass their own standards to secure that title. We know we can get at them, and we know we've still got more to give. So the mentality of that group of players is just remarkable. And whenever Liverpool lost, so the League Cup final, Europa League final, Champions League final, you'd always get voices saying the campaign was meaningless because they didn't win the trophy. And it actually isn't, because those shared experiences and what they took from them, whether it was tactically how to manage games better, how to suppress emotions in final situations, they learned all that stuff, and that's led to this season.
Wow.
And they've been chasing that Manchester City side,
Yeah.
who, as Melissa said, were breaking records themselves. This is one of the great Premier League teams that Liverpool have chased down over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, and I think that last season, the way Liverpool did chase them down, and you have to give them credit for holding Liverpool off, but at the same time, you do feel like the way they came out this season, and yes, me and Ince are talking, and they've had a couple of injuries to people, but Liverpool have had injuries to key players as well. But the way that Liverpool have come at them, what they had to go through last season to keep Liverpool off, I think to a certain extent, it kind of broke them somewhere. And once Liverpool started realising that, once I watched Liverpool last season and when Man City lost to Newcastle, Liverpool, they didn't pick up points against Leicester. And they made a couple of draws that I believe they thought, we can't even afford to draw how good City were. And I think that the way they've come out and what they've done this season, it literally just took City by surprise and blasted them, because, like I said, people talk about City like are going to dominate this league for 10 years or something like that. And Liverpool have literally just gone, bam, just torn that to shreds. Now, what we're going to see is how Liverpool can then go again, because that is what people will be looking for now.
Is it a different motivation? Because Liverpool have led by a significant number of points for a long period of this season. Is it a different mentality needed to almost compete with yourself at the top of the table than it is when you've got someone that you're battling against?
Yeah, I think it's always easy when you've ever been chased or hunted, but when you kind of subconsciously in the back of your mind think, well, we've already won it, you know, it's tough, but that's what makes Klopp so great. Yeah. That's what makes Jordan Henderson so pivotal to what they do, because he won't let them standards drop, you know, until you're over the line, you're over the line, you know, and I think that's what makes it winning this so great in the unpleasant times that we've been in. But it's hard not to think that, it really, really is, but it's shown the way they played, and you know, that they're all, as a team, they're brilliant. They've got a mental toughness, they've got a mental goal, and they've achieved that. What I will say, and we talk about records and we talk about numbers, for me, it's not about that. It's about Liverpool winning the title. And yeah, there's records, and you know, when I won titles, it wasn't about numbers and records. We just want to win the title, and that's what we see in Liverpool today. They just wanted to win the title. Now they can think, well, can we go and get those points? But I hope, for the sake of the Premier League and the integrity of the Premier League, that they keep playing the same team. There's teams down in this league who are struggling to stay in the league. Teams are going for Champions Leagues, Europa League places. They still got to play the strength team. Hopefully they will do.
Yeah, we'll discuss that, and whether or not Liverpool will be going hard for those possible records. They've already broken plenty this season. There could be more up for grabs. We are going to continue to reflect on the newly crowned Premier League champions. We've already heard from Jurgen Klopp. We'll be talking about him next.